The site is Ralph Wilson Stadium, located in Orchard Park, New York. Temperatures below the freezing mark for today's game as the Jets match up against the Bills. Both teams have taken the field, and let's see what happens now as we're ready for the kickoff. That one is out of the end zone. They're ready to call their first play of the game. Should be very interesting to see how this one turns out with two great quarterbacks.
Yeah, the thing I like about both of these guys is that they have a lot of poise. You never see either of these guys with happy feet, nor do they try and force a pass that they shouldn't. This one should be a lot of fun.
Slater, the lone back. Number 2 with a man in motion. A little misdirection. Great move. Number 48 comes up to make the play. Slater running hard, going right through the arm tackles. Ball on their own 28.
Ball on the 28-yard line.
Under 10. Let's go.
The Bills come out at a nickel back. Dropped in the backfield for a short loss. Big tackle there for a loss and great pursuit there, John.
You can say that again. He knows how to prepare, and it really pays off when you make stops like that.
Ball on their own 28.
Ball on the 28-yard line.
The Bills come out in a dime package. Passing here on 3rd and short. Throws it. He hits his receiver. Thomas has had an exceptional season, and he's now eclipsed the 1,000-yard receiving mark. Ball right around midfield. Slater, the deep man. Hands it off. Sharp stipple. Simon is there on the stop at the 37-yard line. Slater pushing his way through the would-be tacklers. He picks up solid yardage. So they have 1st and 10 here.
Ball on the 37-yard line.
Buffalo comes out in a 4-3. Dawkins moves in motion with a counter play. Miller comes up to make the play at the 36-yard line.
That was a lack of execution from the offense. When the plan is to take it to the outside around the corner, you need to pick up some key blocks.
2nd and 9 coming up here.
Ball on the 36-yard line.
46 defense in this time. A little misdirection. They'll spot this one at the 33-yard line.
This is one of those games where you just keep running it at them. 4 yards here, 5 yards there, and loosen them up, and then wham. You knock them out late in the game with that long touchdown run.
The 27-yard line is the spot they'll have to get it to convert on this 3rd down play. Number 2 out of the gun. Hand off to the tailback. Terrell comes up to make the play at the 33. They don't make it to the marker, but they could try a long field goal. Here we go. This will take the lead. The kick is good.
He's one of those guys who really works hard at what he does. And you can see that hard work paying off when you make a kick like this one.
from the 3-yard line. Buffalo is trying to take the lead on this drive as they take over. Ball on their own 27.
At the 27-yard line. First and 10.
The Jets with a 4-man front. Throwing right on target to the wide receiver. Number 50 is there on the stop at the 36.
A successful offense is one that can run and throw for good yardage on first down.
So that was a pickup of about 9. Ball on their own 36.
Ball on the 36-yard line.
They soft, man. Let us be
Give it to the halfback. He's brought down behind the line for a short loss. No gain on that play as the linebacker slipped in almost unnoticed.
Yeah, he did a great job getting in there. He was looking for the run before they even snapped the ball.
Ball on their own 36.
Ball on the 36-yard line.
Here we come.
Only one man back.
One of us gonna make a play. All on us, y'all.
Throw the pass play on 3rd and short. Pressure going long. Warren has it. The veteran corner read it perfectly and comes away with the football.
He mirrored the receiver's every move, then he stuck his hands up for the pick.
After the interception, they'll set up shop at the 32. Buffalo comes out in their nickel package. Give it to the halfback. Number 56 is there for the tackle. Slater runs it through the middle, a gain of about 6. Ball on their own 39.
Ball on the 39-yard line.
Tosses it out to the right. Williams comes up to make the play at the 39-yard line.
Mixing runs with passes keeps the defense honest.
So a gain of about 1. Ball on their own 39.
Ball on the 39-yard line.
Buffalo comes out in their nickel package. Steps up into the pocket. Gets the pass off. Incomplete pass. He felt the pressure and got rid of the ball.
That's what the defense has been talking about. Make this guy throw it before he's ready. It's just that little split second early that can cause an incomplete pass or even an interception.
Howery comes into the game for the punt. Tanner lines up deep for the punt return. From the 26. Can't bring him down.
First and 10. Ball on the 30-yard line.
The Jets with a 4-man front. They give it to the halfback. Westbrook is there on the stop at the 35.
When you have a good balance of run and pass on offense, the defense doesn't have a chance to focus in on either one of them. They need to be prepared to cover both options.
It's 2nd down and 5 to go.
Ball on the 35-yard line.
Nickelback in this time. Fakes the handoff. Throwing on the sideline and out of bounds.
They like to throw it to the sidelines in situations like that. His throw was just a little off.
Kendall was the one they were trying to get the ball to.
3rd and 5. Ball on the 35-yard line.
The Jets come out in a nickel package. Gets the call. Play action. With the throw. Gets his hand on it.
I'll tell you, the defense made a great stand right there.
Intended receiver on the play.
Unable to get anything going on that series, they'll have to punt it away here. From the 22.
42-yard punt, returned for a gain of 4 yards.
First and 10.
At the 26-yard line. First and 10.
Shannon, the motion man.
Let's go, now.
With a counter play. Fumble, loose ball. The Bills scoop it up. What a great strip.
Covered by the defense.
So they have first and 10 here.
28-yard line.
He tucks it away. Westbrook is there for the tackle at the 26-yard line.
One thing these guys don't want to do is give up in a running game. Because if they do that, they become one-dimensional. And that plays right into the defense's hands.
Second and 7. Ball on the 26-yard line.
Out of the I formation. Sharp with a man in motion. Looking upfield. Number 50 comes up to make the play at the 19-yard line. Thomas got the call on the draw. 6-yard pickup. They get the first down. They have to reach the 18-yard line. So they're now inside the 20 and down by 3. Handed off to the back, setting up play action. Gets rid of it. Right on target to the wide receiver. They convert for the first down on that throw.
And they ran the perfect play to get those couple of yards.
The ball almost on the goal line, less than a yard away.
You like to pack the wood? Here we come.
Closing in, lobs one into the end zone. Touchdown, Buffalo. The veteran tight end hauls it in for 6.
He does a great job here of avoiding the jam at the line of scrimmage and giving his quarterback a window in the end zone.
Dickerson comes in to attempt the point after. The point after is good. And so the short drive is capped off with a touchdown.
They did a good job of getting into the end zone. Sometimes when your team is in a shortened field situation, the offense comes out a little flat. That time, they came out with intensity.
Buffalo is lined up for the kickoff. Campbell back deep to return.
He won't have a chance for a return here. The Jets will start the drive from the 20-yard line. Ball on their own 20.
Ball on the 20-yard line.
It's on.
Slater, the deep back. Gets the pass off. It's batted away.
He has a knack for making a big play. And that was another one right there.
On the play. Second and 10. Ball on the 20-yard line.
You turning it up. It's a slot going.
Only one man back. Throws it. Pass ball's incomplete. The defense was coming after him on that play.
He knew he didn't have much time, and he decided to get rid of the ball quickly on that one.
So as they get set to try to convert, here's what both teams have done on third down. Buffalo comes out in their nickel package.
Keep it in front of him. Hey, let's go.
Gets rid of it. Incomplete pass.
Here's what happened. He thinks he's about to make the catch, and then boom, they put a big hit on him, and he lets it fall out of his hand.
Signals for a fair catch.
Fair catch made at the 45-yard line. The
ball on their own 45.
The drive at the 45-yard line. 1st and 10.
Let's do our thing. Let's do our
The
thing.
Jets line up in a 4-3. Gets the call. Great fake with the pass, nearly intercepted.
That was a good play, turned bad play. Good because their zone defense worked well, bad because he dropped the interception. That's one he wishes he could have back.
2nd and 10. Ball on the 45-yard line.
The Jets with a 4-man front.
Hey, watch the screen. Look.
He tucks it away. Setting up play action, knocked away.
When you let the defense get into your backfield that quickly, bad things are going to happen to you.
Third and 10. Ball on the 45-yard line.
Looking for the deep pass down the right side. He's got it. Warwick comes up to make the play. At the 16. Great pass, just laying it out there for the receiver.
That's the kind of thing he's known for. Great touch on his passes when he goes downfield. He put a little air under it, and the receiver did his part, getting into position to make that great catch.
They're threatening inside the 20.
16-yard line.
The last time they were down here, they scored a touchdown. Hand it off to the back. Can't wrap him. Number 50 is there for the tackle at the 7-yard line. 9-yard gain. Seven yards to go for the touchdown.
Ball on the 7-yard line.
Keep moving.
Thomas, the lone back. He takes the delayed handoff. Number 92 is there on the stop at the 9. So let's take a look at how this back compares to the opposition. It's 3rd down. They have to get it to the 6 to pick up the 1st down.
Here we go.
Only one man in the backfield.
Let's go. Be good.
So at the end of 1, the score is 7-3. Bills.
7, the Jets. 3.
And we're ready to start the second quarter. This drive 9 yards away from a touchdown.
9-yard line.
Hey, let's go one deep. Let's go, D. Let's go.
On the call, Malone is there on the stop at the 9. Can't get to the marker on 3rd down, so let's see if the place kicker comes in now. So this should be an easy 3. The veteran connecting for the field goal. So after the field goal, the score is 10-3. Bills. Dickerson is just about ready to kick this one away. This one is fielded by Campbell. Ball on their own 20.
Start the drive at the 20-yard line. First and 10.
Only one man back. Shannon in motion.
All on us, y'all.
With a counter play. Dropped in the backfield for a short loss.
These plays can end up with lost yards if the defense gets through or around their blocking quickly enough.
Ball on their own 19.
Ball on the 19-yard line.
Buffalo lines up with 7 guys in the secondary. Bowers is there for the tackle at the 23-yard line. So after that run, we can see how the 2 main threats on the ground have fared so far. Ball on their own 23.
Ball on the 23-yard line.
Slater, the lone back, looking for room with the throw. Incomplete. He deflected it just in time to avert the completion. So as we get set for the punt, let's take a look at our returners' stats. Nothing happening for the offense there, forced into a 3-and-out. From the 33-yard line. Tanner returns this one to the 42. It's first and 10.
Ball on the 42-yard line.
Back it up, baby. Hey, let's go.
With a counter play. Spins away from the tackle. Warwick is there for the tackle.
Vision is so important to these ball carriers. They got to find the hole and get to it before it closes. There's no hole there, and they got to know that too. If you don't have the vision, you just can't find the hole.
Ball on the 49-yard line.
Bring it up, bring it up.
The Jets come out in a 4-3. They give it to the halfback. Miller is there on the stop at the 49-yard line. And now our viewers can see how successful each team's main running threat has been today. Third down here, they have to reach the 48-yard line to convert.
Be careful. Everything you got. Get it on it. Here we go.
With the carry, Dudley makes the stop before the first down is reached. So we should see the punter after they fail to convert on third down. Good defensive stand there. Now they'll punt it away after a 3-and-out. Fair catch called for.
Fair catch made at the 17-yard line.
Ball on their own 17.
Start the drive at the 17-yard line. First and 10.
Slater, the lone back. Blitz is coming. Gets rid of it. Incomplete. This defense, John, knows how to create a lot of pressure.
Putting pressure on the quarterback can disrupt passing, but pressuring the receivers can do the same thing. If you can play physically on the outside, bump them off their routes, hold them up at the line, you can take away his receiving options, forcing him to just get rid of it.
The Bills line up in a 4-3. Pressure coming, rolling out to his right. Throws it, caught out of bounds. Pretty good coverage downfield as the pass falls incomplete.
He had some room up in front of him to scramble out of the pocket and pick up a few yards. Maybe he should have done that.
3rd and 10. Ball on the 17-yard line.
Buffalo comes out with 7 in the secondary. Dropping back. Gets the pass off. Complete to the wide receiver.
That's the kind of mental error that drives coaches crazy. As a receiver, you got to be aware of where you are in the field and where you have to go to get the first down.
So they'll line up the punt after going 3 and out. Won't take a chance trying to return this one.
Fair catch made at the 36-yard line. First and 10. Ball on the 36-yard line.
Let's go.
The Jets line up in a 4-3. On the call, number 50 is there for the tackle. Thomas picks up a couple on the delayed handoff.
Second and 7. Ball on the 39-yard line.
The Jets with a 4-man front. Gets the call. Murphy comes up to make the play at the 49-yard line. Good gain on the ground gives them what they needed for a first.
That's just good running. They sent a couple of blitzes in to try and stop him in the backfield, but he just broke free and got past the sticks for a first down.
Ball at midfield.
49-yard line.
There we go.
The Jets line up in a 4-3.
All on us, y'all. Not today.
He gets the handoff on the delay. Number 92 is there for the tackle at the 49. That draw didn't fool him as one of the linemen got in there to bring him down.
You know, their run stoppers create a lot of 2nd, 3rd, and 4th and long.
Ball on their own 49.
Ball on the 49-yard line.
Hey, watch that screen. Hey, let's go 1-2.
The Jets come out in a 4-3. Hand it off. Miller is there on the stop at the 48.
Right now, they need to keep going at the defense with a run. Sooner or later, they'll be able to break one for a big gain.
And a pickup of about 2. On 3rd down, they have to reach the 41 to convert. The Jets come out in a nickel package. Throwing right on target to the wide receiver. Sharp does one for a first down.
Now that one had a little mustard on it. There's no way any defender was going to get to that pass first.
Ball on the 37-yard line.
Ball on the 37-yard line.
Let's do our thing. Let's do our thing. Stay back side.
The Jets line up in a 4-3. Miller is there for the tackle at the 34.
I know they didn't get much, but it's all about making the defense respect the fact that you're willing to run.
Second and 7.
Ball on the 34-yard line.
Yeah, let's go, baby. Yeah, it's on.
Thomas, the lone setback.
Come on.
Gets the pass off, and he can't find a way to keep possession.
He put the ball exactly where you want to put it.
Two-minute warning coming up.
Ball on the 34-yard line.
Come on. I can do it, baby. Don't stop that motor.
Blitz is coming. Incomplete pass. So he manages to avoid a sack under heavy pressure, but the incompletion still brings up 4th down.
The line did a good job protecting him long enough to get that one off. They definitely didn't want to take a sack in that situation.
Dickerson needs to hit this one perfectly to have a chance. A moving kick, and it's good.
He's one of those guys who really works hard at what he does. And you can see that hard work paying off when you make a kick like this one.
This one is fielded by Campbell. The defense shut down the offense the last time they had the ball. Almost at the 2-minute mark now.
First and 10.
Buffalo comes out in a 4-3. Hand off to the tailback. Mitchell is there for the tackle at the 29. Now let's have a look at what our runners have done up to this point. Two-minute warning coming up.
Ball on the 29-yard line.
The Bills come out in a 4-3. Great fake. Going long to the left. He made the catch. Tanner is there on the stop at the 27. Number 2 made an outstanding read and delivered that ball right on the money.
Coming into this one, we knew we were going to see a lot of big plays like that. When you've got two of the best going head-to-head, you got to be ready for some fireworks.
Ball on the 27-yard line.
Ball on the 27-yard line.
On the ground. Dropped in the backfield for a short loss.
Here's a no-huddle. It's a good way to keep the defense off balance.
Dropping back. Under pressure. Going deep, looking for something in the end zone. Oh, man, he had it in the end zone, but dropped it.
One person breathing a sigh of relief is the quarterback.
Here are the numbers when it comes to third down conversions. Nickelback in this time. Drops back, pressure, gets the pass off, almost picked off. Shannon was his intended target. Tanner was there on the cover. They'll bring the deficit to within a touchdown if they can make this field goal. Number 9 adds 3 points to the board with that kick, his second so far.
The key to winning is having your drives get some sort of points for your team. They got it done on that drive. I'm sure they're thinking touchdown for their next one.
Will be kicking off. The kick sails out of the end zone.
With this lead, I just run the ball and go into halftime ahead.
First and 10.
Ball on the 20-yard line.
Watch the ball.
Gets rid of it. This one will be spotted at the 30-yard line. So that tackle was his third. John has proven he's a consistent target.
Yeah, especially in situations where they're looking to get first down yardage.
It's first and 10.
Ball on the 30-yard line.
Sharp from the shotgun. They'll pass on first down. Baker is there for the tackle. They get another first down here.
Well, they're not doing anything fancy, but good old-fashioned drop back and pass, and it's working.
Ball right around midfield.
Ball on the 50-yard line.
The Jets come out in a 4-3. A little over a minute left.
Ball on the 50-yard line.
Danny, everything you got.
Blitz is coming. This pass is incomplete.
Taking shots like that will really affect his rhythm with his receiver. If this coach is anything like I think he is, he won't be satisfied with the lead. And he'll have his guy throwing to give him a chance at some more points before halftime.
Ball on the 50-yard line.
I'm coming through, baby.
The Jets come out in a nickel package.
Here we go.
Throws it, and he makes the grab. First down as he's able to hang on to that bullet.
Yeah, great job of holding on to it. That one had steam coming off it.
It's 1st and 10.
Ball on the 40-yard line.
On the 10.
Only one man back.
Let's go. Let's go.
Closing in, throwing. And the catch is made. So they get 2 first downs on their last 2 plays.
And they're getting it done by seeing the whole field and taking what the defense gives them.
So after that nice catch and run, here's a look at his stats. The Jets with a 4-man front. They'll pass on first down. With the pass, right on target to the wide receiver. Number 50 is there on the stop at the 9. 3 passes, 3 first downs.
The receivers are doing a nice job working through this soft secondary. I'd expect to see an adjustment or 2 by the defense.
It's 1st and goal at the 9-yard line.
Keep the throttle down.
The last red zone trip resulted in a field goal. Pressure coming, trying for the end zone before halftime. Touchdown, Buffalo.
This is a good play by the offense in the red zone. The wide receiver is going to break away right here and come up with a catch and the touchdown.
The extra point attempt is good. Sharp took control and moved his team down the field with very accurate passing.
He got it going right now, that's for sure.
Dickerson comes in to kick off. Going with the squib kick. Not a good kick. And it'll cost him.
Penalties and takeaways can really kill a team. Usually the team with the fewest mistakes out there will win the game.
1st and 10. Ball on the 40-yard line.
Slater, the deep man, on the call, fakes the handoff, drops the interception. Thomas was the intended receiver on that play. Tanner with the coverage.
Second and 10. Ball on the 40-yard line.
One left.
Only one man back. Looking for something long. And this should be the last play of the half.
Keep moving. You can't stop me.
Out of the shotgun. Number 2 sends a man in motion. Fakes the throw. Throws it. Manley is there for the tackle at the 43-yard line. Going into halftime, the score is 20-6. Bills. in to kick this one off. He got all of that one. He won't have a chance for a return here. The Bills will start the drive from the 20-yard line.
First and 10. Ball on the 20-yard line.
Regular. Here we go.
The Jets come out in a nickel package. Throwing. And he can't find a way to keep possession.
Pretty good play call on that one. Everything happened just as it's drawn up. Just couldn't hang on to it.
Second and 10. Ball on the 20-yard line.
The Jets line up in a 4-3 to carry it. Setting up play action. They'll spot this one at the 34-yard line. So that tackle now gives him 4. That blitz exploited for a first down.
Yeah, the quarterback did a heck of a job to read what the defense was doing and find the right guy.
So they have first and 10 here. The Jets come out in a nickel package. Pass play here on first down. Throws this one off balance. They're going to spot this one at the 37-yard line. That's his third tackle of the contest.
Any first down play needs to yield some kind of yardage. You don't want second and long too many times.
Just about a 3-yard gain. Second and 7 coming up here.
Ball on the 37-yard line.
Let's turn it up, D. One of us will make
The Jets line up in a 4-3. Receives the handoff. Fakes the handoff. And this pass is completed. He zips that pass in the air and picks up the first down.
That was a smart play call. They reacted to the defensive set, and they come up with just the right play to beat it.
First and 10. Ball on the 45-yard line.
Come on. Here we go. Let's stop.
The backs are lined up in a 9. They'll pass on first down. Throwing. The Bills pick up the fumble. And you know the defense is very angry at that missed opportunity.
Second and long. Ball on the 37-yard line.
Here we go, baby. Rock and roll. They ain't got nothing.
Nickelback in this time. Drops back. Under pressure with the throw. He just can't find a way to bring that one in.
He did a nice job of getting off the line and getting into his pass pattern. But he had the ball bounce right off his fingertips.
Third and long. Ball on the 37-yard line.
Thomas, the motion man.
Let's go now.
Dropping back. Gets rid of it. Right on target to the wide receiver.
Now this is one heck of a play. Look at it. You're in a hole here on third down. And they come through with this perfect play that gets them a first and keeps the drive going.
Let's go. Let's go. Go again. Come on.
Gets the call. Nice play fake. Gets the pass off, and he finds a wide-open fullback. Number 15 is there on the stop. Good-looking play.
Hey, I like to see him get the fullback involved in the passing game. He's a pretty good option out of the backfield. He has quick feet, good hands, so passing to him sometimes is a pretty good idea.
First and 10. Ball on the 28-yard line.
Hey, watch the screen.
The Jets line up in a 4-3. Gave it off. Murphy comes up to make the play at the 17-yard line. Pickup of 11. This is the 10th play of this drive. Let's see what they can do in the red zone. They got it into the end zone on their last red zone drive.
From the start. Get it
A
out.
little misdirection.
Let go.
support is there on the stop at the 17. His excellent positioning led to that stop behind the line of scrimmage.
And he'll do that kind of thing. He's one of the smartest players at defensive end. He always seems to be in position. He uses his hands well, and he has those long arms. And that really helps him shed blocking.
So with the ball in the red zone, they have a very good chance of extending that lead. Thomas with a nice burst through the middle that time. 5-yard pickup. The 7-yard line is where they have to go on this third down play.
Let's go, boys.
Sharp will work out of the shotgun.
Here we go. It's time, baby. Hey, let's go.
Hand off to the tailback. Great fake. Soft lob to the end zone. Touchdown, Bill.
The defense just didn't look like they were together on that one. There were guys moving around and looked like they didn't know who was supposed to go where. This is one of those situations where everybody has to be in the right page out there.
Dickerson comes in for the extra point. The extra point attempt is good. Williams gained a lot of yards on that long drive.
He's such a huge cog in their wheel. If they get him involved in the game, they're a heck of a lot better off.
Dickerson is back and ready to put this one in the air. This one is handled by Campbell. Here's an opener. He dives, touchdown.
And what you're going to see here is a good example of how you can set up blocking on kick return. Watch how they create a crease for him. He sees his lane, makes some moves, and then he's gone.
The point after is good. After the touchdown, the score is 27-13. Bills. Looks like he's just about ready to kick this one off. Good distance. That one is out of the end zone. The offense with a lot of success through the air on the last drive as they move downfield for the touchdown. Ball on their own 20.
Ball on the 20-yard line.
The Jets line up in a 4-3. Looking to run it here. Baker is there for the tackle at the 33-yard line. And he was able to create a lot of space on that run, John.
Well, it started with some good blocking. And when he got through there, he turned upfield, and they weren't in position to tackle him.
First and 10.
Ball on the 33-yard line.
It off. Miller dishes out punishment at the 34-yard line. Good play by the linebacker to get into the backfield and stop the play for no gain.
I'll tell you, that comes from watching a lot of film and knowing the tendencies of the opponent. That was a heck of a play.
It's second down and 10 to go.
Ball on the 34-yard line.
Martin, the deep man, keeps his feet moving. Westbrook holds him down. behind the line. And he chases him down behind the line of scrimmage for a loss.
I'll tell you, he's one of the most knowledgeable defenders in the league. He knows how to play the game, and he always knows what's going on.
Ball on their own 32.
Ball on the 32-yard line.
Sharp scans the defense from the gun. Holt moves in motion.
Everything you got.
Launches this one to the right. The defense has it. Duncan had that pass in right in his lap.
You know, the defensive coordinator disguises his coverages so well that the quarterback thinks he's seeing one thing, when in reality, something else is going on. That gets the defense turnover.
Following the interception, it's now 1st and 10. They'll go from the I formation. On the carry. Terrell is there on the stop at the 39.
The best backs in the league average 4 to 5 yards a carry, but there are a lot of things that go into a successful running game. You got to have good play calling, good blocking up front, and a back that can take advantage when he sees the opening.
Ball on the 39-yard line.
39-yard line.
Stay at home. Do something.
Only one man back. Dawkins moves in motion.
Let's go. You gotta have it, D. From the start.
Hands it off. Number 56 comes up to make the play at the 37-yard line. Slater takes it up the middle for a yard or two. Third down, and the spot they'll have to reach for a first is the 33.
I think this defense looks forward to these third down situations because they've been stopping them today. They got to find a way to give them a little more time back there. The defense was in man coverage, so he had some options out there in the secondary. He just didn't have the time to decide where he wanted to go with it.
He'll try to place this one inside their 5. And so the punt goes out of bounds. Deep in their own territory. Sharp with a man in motion. Going to the air on first down. With the pass, it's broken up. He barely got that one off.
Yeah, it wasn't a sack. What it did was make the quarterback adjust his throw, and it messed up his rhythm.
Second and 10. Ball on the 13-yard line.
Regular. Keep moving.
Thomas, the lone setback.
Come on. All on us, y'all.
Handed off to the back. Number 90 is there for the tackle.
A big part of this guy's running style is to use the blockers to set up his cut, but they were nowhere to be found on that run.
Just about a 3-yard gain.
Third and 7. Ball on the 16-yard line.
The Jets come out on a nickel package.
Here we go.
Gets rid of it. The 40. Baker takes him down at the 48. Williams appears to have sustained an injury and will make his way to the sideline under his own power. Ball on the 48-yard line. The Bills come out in the bunch formation. Court comes up to make the play at the 46.
They might not be busting off big games, but those linemen are really working hard down there.
1-yard gain on that play. Williams was taken out earlier with a minor injury, but now returns to the game.
I can do it, baby. Let's go.
Olsen moves in motion. Hands it off to the back. Number 50 is there on the stop at the 42. Thomas rumbles forward for a gain of 4. To convert on this third down, they have to reach the 38.
42-yard line.
Out of the gun. Gets rid of it. Complete to the wide receiver. Williams makes his second catch for a first down on this drive. Ball on the 31-yard line.
Ball on the 31-yard line.
We've completed three-quarters of play, and the score is 27-13. Bills. And we'll start the fourth quarter.
First and 10. Ball on the 31-yard line.
It's showtime, baby. All right, let's go.
Dime backs in for this play. With the throw, jumping and has it. Alone comes up to make the play at the 28-yard line.
He's a tough guy, and he'll go for those passes wherever they are.
Ball on the 28-yard line.
Ball on the 28-yard line.
Watch the play. Come on. Here we go, baby.
Gets the pass off. Westbrook is there for the tackle at the 9-yard line. It's 3 times on this drive they've been able to pick up a first down.
Yeah, and the thing is, they'll be doing more than just picking up first downs if this success continues. They're going to be picking up some points.
It's first and goal at the 9. Only one man back.
One of us gonna make a play.
Keep the throttle down.
With a counter play. Murphy comes up to make the play at the 6-yard line. Thomas had very little help up front, maybe a yard or two on the play. Six yards away from a touchdown. The backs are lined up in an I. On the call, Westbrook is there for the tackle. Thomas takes advantage of a little daylight, picks up 3 yards. Three yards will get them 6 points.
The offense has been stepping it up on third down all day.
Can he get there? Play action to the end zone. Touchdown, Bills.
This is exactly how you execute the play pass. The quarterback does a great job of selling the run, and that freezes the defense long enough for his receiver to get open in the end zone for the score.
The point after is good. They go up by 3 touchdowns after getting that one into the end zone. Dickerson in to kick this one off. He got all of it, and it sails out of the end zone.
They need one quick score and then some more.
Ball on their own 20. Slater, the deep back. Number 2 with a man in motion. hand it off to the back, runs through the tackle. Miller is there on the stop at the 25-yard line. Play calling is very surprising considering the size of the deficit.
Yeah, this is the time to put the ball in the air and force the defense to defend the long pass.
It's second down and 5 to go.
On the 25-yard line.
Let's turn it up, D.
Buffalo comes out in their nickel package, and it's caught. Tanner is there for the tackle at the 36.
This is what they have to do. Keep making completions down the field and move the chains. Watch this one. He knows he's got to get the first, and he picks the right guy to throw it to.
Stay both now. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go.
He gets the carry. Number 48 comes up to make the play at the 37. Play calling is very surprising considering the size of the deficit.
This is not a good time to sneak in a running play. They need lots of yards real fast.
Ball on their own 37.
Ball on the 37-yard line.
Dropping back, pressure with the throw. The 30. The receiver with a lot of open room. The 10. Touchdown, Jets.
When you get this kind of execution, you got a great chance of making a big play. Watch it here as everyone takes care of their assignment. The pass is thrown where the receiver can make the best play in the ball, and it's 6 points.
The extra point attempt is good. The Jets have just made it a 2-score game.
This team can put up some points, but this might be a little too deep a hole.
Howard comes in to kick off. From the 1-yard line. Tanner is able to get it to the 26.
Tanner on the return. First and 10. Ball on the 26-yard line.
The Jets with a 4-man front. A little misdirection. He's brought down behind the line for a short loss. He's there to make yet another outstanding defensive play.
He made a name for himself with plays like that. He's one of those guys that every defensive coordinator would love to have on his team. He's smart, he plays with good intensity, and he's a heck of a leader on and off the field.
Defense, get ready. Let's go,
With a counterplay. Big hit on the ball carrier. Nothing dazzling there as they call the same running play twice in a row. Ball on their own 25.
Ball on the 25-yard line.
Here we go, ready. Keep the throttle down.
Nice job so far on third down for the offense, and we'll see if that continues here. They tried to jump the snap count, and that'll cause more fun. So he's called for encroachment.
Yeah, he jumped early and touched an offensive player, and that forces the officials to blow the whistle.
Ball on their own 30.
Ball on the 30-yard line.
It's showtime, baby. Keep it up. Not the game.
The Jets come out in a 4-3. Well play. Alone. Brings him down before he can reach the marker. Well, that didn't cut it. Now they're looking at fourth down.
And they made the decision to just keep it on the ground. Take time off the clock, not force anything. This is a luxury of being ahead.
Campbell looks like he's ready for the return. 26-yard line.
If they want a shot in this one, they got to put something together on this drive. There just isn't much time left.
The Jets will start the drive at the 28-yard line. First and 10.
Out of the I formation. Gets rid of it. He hits his receiver. Midfield. The 40. Number 48 comes up to make the play. At the 26. He's made some good throws and is now over 200 yards for the game. Ball on the 26-yard line.
Ball on the 26-yard line.
Buffalo lines up in a 4-3. Fires this one deep. Ooh, nearly picked off. Oh, man, he had it in the end zone but dropped it.
That's the second worst thing that can happen to a defender, to drop one like that. The absolute worst thing is to have your man beat you for 6.
Second and 10. Ball on the 26-yard line.
Let's go. Defense. Don't make a play.
Only one man in the backfield. Number 2 with a man in motion.
Let's go now.
Closing in. Getting some air under this one. Looking for his man deep. Almost intercepted. Dropped in the end zone, so the offense still has possession.
That's the last thing you want as a defender, to have the ball go right through your hands in the end zone.
Third and 10. Ball on the 26-yard line.
This team has to start converting on third down if they're going to be successful.
Nice play fake. Throws it. Number 56 is there for the tackle at the 20-yard line.
Here we go. Come on. All right. Let's go.
Dropping back. Pressure coming. Throws one up in the end zone. John, just a little too much, and they'll turn it over on downs.
They needed to score a touchdown because they're running out of time, and that was a big play.
Almost at the 2-minute mark now.
At the 20-yard line. First and 10.
Danny.
The Jets line up in a 4-3.
Let's scream. It's showtime, baby. Don't stop that motor. There we go.
Little misdirection. Court got very good penetration there. They went backward on that one.
They ran right into the blitz. They should have changed the play at the line. Maybe an audible to a sweep or a pass play. Something like a quick slant.
2-minute warning coming up.
Ball on the 19-yard line.
I can do it, baby. Then you got nothing, son.
The backs are lined up in an I.
Good shoot.
And we've reached the 2-minute mark.
Ball on the 19-yard line.
Hey, let's go.
The Jets come out on a 4-3.
Watch the snap down. Let's go now.
They give it to the halfback. Westbrook is there on the stop
On the carry.
at the 20.
Gain of
Thomas
2
battles
on
his
the
way
play.
forward for what appears to be a 2-yard pickup. New York calls a timeout. They have 2 remaining. So they dug themselves into a hole here, a long third down situation.
From the start. Blue down.
The Jets come out on a nickel package. Hand off to the tailback. They're going to spot this one at the 33-yard line. He's in on that stop, gets credited with tackle number 6. He eclipses the 100-yard mark on that carry. Ball on their own 33.
Ball on the 33-yard line.
Keep it up.
Sharp with a man in motion. A little misdirection. Alone. Comes up to make the play at the 38.
I'm impressed with their running game. It's a big part of their offense. And they've done a great job taking advantage of blocking up front.
Second and 5.
Ball on the 38-yard line.
Be careful. Let's go. Set. Yeah, it's on. Go make a play. All right, let's go. They ain't got nothing. Watch each other back. Whip. Nothing. They don't get nothing. Hey, let's go one deep. Come on.
Hands it off. They'll spot this one at the 38-yard line. He found the ball carrier there again, and that's something we've seen plenty of in this game. New York calls a timeout. They have none left. It's third down and 5 to
Ball
go.
on the 38-yard line.
Watch your eyes.
These third downs haven't been much of an obstacle, and it's helped them take the lead. Ort hammers it at the 39-yard line.
No gain.
Third down run, not enough to keep the drive alive, so the punting team coming in.
There's nothing wrong with trying to grind it out in the fourth quarter when you're playing with a lead.
Campbell will go back to accept this punt. From the 17.
This is where all your guys on offense have to step up and make plays. Time's running out, and they're facing a pretty large deficit. So this is where you're going to have to try and execute and come up with a little luck, maybe.
The
First and 10.
will start the drive at the 22-yard line. First and 10.
Hey, watch the screen.
Buffalo comes out in their nickel package, going to the air on first down. Pump faking with the pass. He somehow got that pass off.
The play didn't work because the quarterback's timing and balance was off. When he starts to feel pressure, he gets a little nervous, and he has to get rid of the ball.
Second and 10. Ball on the 22-yard line.
Play two quarters. Check it.
From the gun. Drops back. Throwing. Nearly intercepted. Time is working against them.
Yeah, I'm thinking they're going to keep going to the air, so it might be a little too late.
Third and 10. Ball on the 22-yard line.
Watch the vertical. Let's go.
The offense has had trouble moving the sticks on third down so far.
Let's go.
Hunts under pressure.
When you play man-to-man that well, it limits a quarterback's options, and it'll result in a sack sometimes.
And it looks like they're going to go no huddle. Looking to pass, facing a fourth and long with the throw, and the catch is made. The final score is Buffalo 34, New York 20. For EA Sports, this is Al Michaels and John Madden wishing you a very pleasant good evening.